This is a global university, and we must be globally engaged. That is what the great world-class universities do. We want entrepreneurship, we want innovation, we want creativity, and we have a world-class group of faculty members who are doing precisely that.
Innovation. These days, it's in the air at Washington State University.
For me, being a professor is like getting paid to do my hobby. I just enjoy working on these topics.
Specifically, it's students and faculty at work creating a sustainable future. And that's a smarter future, where our living environments, our electrical power grid, our energy generation, and even our building materials are greener, cleaner, and environmentally sustainable.
My name is Diane Cook, and I'm a professor. My area of expertise is artificial intelligence. It's the idea of the disappearing computer, that you want the computer and all the software to be embedded into the world around you, to be ubiquitous. A smart home is one that gathers information about the people living there and uses it in order to make better quality of life for them, make them more productive and more safe.
Washington State University has a tradition of working very closely with the power industry in this state. It's been called the intelligent grid, the next century grid, but smart grid seems to be now the accepted word. To me, the most optimistic thing that has happened on this is that now it's front page news. This may be the Sputnik of our era that may bring us to suddenly having a new generation of people interested in changing the world by going to the basic science and technologies.
We were green before green was cool. And it's like now we're being rediscovered. Turns out wood is the only major construction material that is renewable. One of our biggest contributions in this laboratory in the last 10 years has been to develop environmentally benign alternatives to treated wood. Green doesn't have to be ugly and expensive. Green can be beautiful and affordable. I've always had a soft spot for design. That's where I get my personal enjoyment, is designing the building. And one of the things you realize in the creative process of design is it's hard to know it all.
We are the state's research land-grant university. We've been real pioneers in advanced materials work. We've been real pioneers in sustainable design, smart grid, smart buildings. So this is what we do exceedingly well.
It's the vision of Washington State University that its past and present are perfectly aligned, that a new generation of sustainable solutions will require its particular mix of interdisciplinary research, applied engineering expertise, and private sector partnerships.
This last year I was given the opportunity to come out here to Washington State University because they wanted to enhance the entire program in civil engineering for sustainable development, and the classes are packed and the students are very excited about it.
The Green Revolution is more than an ideology. It's ideas applied. From pervious concrete that absorbs rainwater runoff to state-of-the-art research and reporting on climate change.
When we teach these things, we can see how it applies to the rest of the world. We can go and watch the evening news and know that there's flooding there and say, hey, you know, I know some processes that I could help and solve that problem.
Air pollution is not a local problem. I think maybe 50 years ago, maybe it was a local problem, but it's not a local problem anymore. It's a global problem. And there is clear, unequivocal data that show clear increases in CO2. I mean, it's absolutely not a subject of scientific debate.
Even as a philosophy major, we're still expected to say some stuff as it relates to the environment. Like right now I'm taking an ethics class where we're just specifically discussing sustainability and different options we have to replace current things which aren't necessarily good for the environment.
I think that a lot of people are realizing that a science degree is going to be helpful in the future just because that's where a lot of jobs are.
There's nothing more exciting than seeing these young people who have got a passion and a desire to follow a pursuit in science. What science has tried to do with plants over the years is first to feed the world, cure the world, and now we're trying to fuel the world.
How can we produce oilseed crops that might be used to make biodiesel? Certainly, WSU has very strongly committed to agricultural research and education as a main objective of the university.
This is indeed something that we are deeply committed to. It is very much in lockstep with our core competencies, and we're going to continue to make significant strides in that regard.
At Washington State University, the idea of sustainability is getting real. Applied science, applied engineering, applied brainpower.